Alrighty then, man. Let's talk about the Brooklyn Nets. They was the only early 12 o'clock game today. I think the rest of the NBA slate kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my DFS players. And if you want to hear more DFS, you want to hear some DFS content from me, football, basketball, I'm not a savant, or you just want to kick shit around, email me. Maybe we can start like a group or a little chat or whatever and talk DFS. But today, Spencer Dinwiddie continued his tear of 32 points, 11 assists, and 5 rebounds. And the Brooklyn Nets have only lost 2 games out of, I think, 8. So I think they lost 2 games out of 8 with Kyrie because they was 4-1 going into the last Boston game, and they lost. So that would put them at 4-2, and then they won this one, so that would put them at 5-3. And Spencer Dinwiddie been playing out his mind. Now, I'm very familiar with Spencer Dinwiddie. He had a knee injury coming out of college. My Detroit Pistons drafting him. If you want to hear my Detroit channel, check it out, Motor City Sports Talk. Once again, I do appreciate everybody for tapping in. Check out our NBA Talk playlist, NBA 101 live streams. I'll start them back next year. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Appreciate the love and support, all right? So I know Spencer Dinwiddie, and we had Chris Middleton as well, both looking to be like all-star caliber players. Chris Middleton made last year. And if Dinwiddie didn't have Kyrie in front of him, he would make it this year. And I have a friend, he's a huge Brooklyn Nets fan, right? And he didn't want Kyrie Irving. He wanted them to keep D'Lo, but Kyrie and Kevin Durant was allegedly a package deal, and you couldn't get one without the other. And they really didn't want, the report was they didn't want Kyrie, but they only took him because of Kevin Durant. And now he had issues on a preseason trip to China where he shut down or didn't talk to teammates. And he's been pretty lethargic in the locker room talking to people at times. And it seems that Spencer Dinwiddie is everything they want and need in a point guard. And it seemed like he can move the needle, especially when my brother Kyrie get back. Shout out to University of Michigan for beating number 6, North Carolina, number 8, Gonzaga today as well, to win the Battle for Atlantis tournament. Shout out to Juwan Howard for getting the job done, right? So once Kyrie get back and Kevin Durant, I think Spencer Dinwiddie is good on the offensive end and the defensive end, and it begs to differ. Should the Brooklyn Nets consider trading Kyrie Irving? Now, to trade Kyrie Irving, they would have to get the blessings from Kevin Durant to do so. And this is one of the reasons, they didn't want Kyrie Irving. And I think this is one of the reasons why LeBron didn't try to give a full court press to him. But Kawhi Leonard wanted Kyrie Irving in L.A. before he got Paul George. Well, I think Paul George is a better fit because Kyrie and Kawhi both kind of weird, but you know what? I would consider moving him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you would move him for, but they do need a little bit more girth inside. So you'd be looking at a big man, and maybe I'm calling Detroit up trying to get Andre Drummond, and maybe I can trade Jason Allen in a package over there to Detroit to get him. You know what I'm saying? But they need a big fella in the middle, and I don't think Allen and DeAndre Jordan at this point in his career can anchor the middle as far as defensively. And they still giving up a lot of points to centers. But at the same time, I would trade Kyrie. I haven't been a real big fan of his personality. And I think galvanizing the team and camaraderie is very, very important. And I think the team would be better off with Spencer Dinwiddie. Obviously you want to get a backup behind Dinwiddie to handle the ball. But I definitely will move on from Kyrie, by any means. But you look at the teams that you can deal him to. I mean, really, where are you looking to deal him to? You know what I'm saying? Especially you looking for a center to really man the middle of a defense is really the key. Because you go down to Houston and plug Westbrook and think Westbrook would be a better fit. Put Westbrook and Kevin Durant back together and possibly try to snatch Clint Capella from them as well too. I mean, they got some options. And I don't think Russell was a great fit in Houston, but I think he'd be a great fit for what Brooklyn doing this year, and him and Spencer Dinwiddie in the backcourt, and maybe you got to give up Karis LeVert. But hey, not sure what they should do. But I definitely would entertain in trading Kyrie, especially when Kyrie has one of those magical stretches when it's trade bait or it's trade, stock is at its highest. But hey, let me know if you think I'm tripping. Should they keep Kyrie? Should they move Kyrie? Or just Spencer Dinwiddie just having a nice little stretch? But I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation? Just share the videos. The best way to help the channel. Other than that, check out our NBA playlist, music, entertainment, and a whole bunch of other playlists we got. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We go.